Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Twin States News. I'm Nicole Menner. The Diamond Dogs are sitting pretty in the winner's bracket at 2-0 in the College World Series, just one win away from making it to the championship series. Here was Coach Henderson after their huge 12-2 win over North Carolina.
I'm going to do a really good job of making sure that they understand that this thing's not even close to being over and that we got to show up, and we're going to play the Beavers or the Tar Heels on Friday, and those are two really good clubs. And we'll do the absolute best we can as a coaching staff to make sure that our kids are ready to go on Friday. And that's kind of a responsibility that I think that you have as a coaching staff, to make sure that you find that balance where those guys are free enough to enjoy who they are and the differences in personalities. We got a really diverse group of personalities, and I think that's extremely important in baseball. You have to. You got to have guys that are like the coach, and you got to have guys that are a lot different than the coach, in my opinion.
A grand slam from Johan Camargo last night would spark an 11-run game for the Atlanta Braves and a win over the Blue Jays in the two-game series opener. So the Braves looking for the sweep earlier today in Toronto, behind Anibal Sanchez on the mound, a guy who's posted a 1.93 ERA this year and has 3 wins and no losses on the season. But today, he was getting knocked around a bit, starting with that Kendrys Morales 2-run shot in the first inning. But Kurt Suzuki and Peter Bourjos each answering back with solo shots of their own. Things tied at 2 in the third inning, but the Jays would eventually take back the lead. Sanchez giving up 4 runs in 5 innings pitched, so not his best day. But in the 9th inning, it looked like a comeback was in the air for the Braves. J.A. Happ was going for the complete game, but the Braves taking advantage of that. Back-to-back hits, so his day would come to an end. And a glimmer of hope for Atlanta. 2 men on, Kurt Suzuki would plate a run. Then Ender Inciarte would add another to make it a 1-run game. But the comeback would ultimately fall short. The Jays would go on to win it 5-4. Some exciting news in the midst of the College World Series. MLB has announced that the Detroit Tigers and Kansas City Royals will play a regular season game in Omaha the opening week of next year's College World Series. The game was a collaboration between Major League Baseball and the NCAA, and it'll serve as a kickoff event taking place on Thursday, June 13th of 2019. It'll be the third game of a 3-game series between the two teams, with the first 2 being played in Kansas City, so that'll be a fun way to kick things off. All right, soccer legend Cristiano Ronaldo has made European soccer history today in a 1-0 win for Portugal against Morocco. Ronaldo scored in the first 4 minutes of the game, making it his 4th goal this tournament. And it was also his 85th for his country, making it the most goals ever for a European national team. The Portugal star, of course, celebrated with a trademark run and a soaring leap towards a corner flag at the stadium. Morocco fell to a second 1-0 loss in a row and are the first team out of the World Cup. All right, and ahead of the NBA draft tomorrow night, the first big trade of the NBA offseason has reportedly taken place. The Charlotte Hornets have agreed to send Dwight Howard to the Brooklyn Nets for center Timothy Mozgov, 2 second-round picks, and cash. So the Hornets now have the 45th pick tomorrow night and a second-rounder in 2021. This will be Howard's 3rd team in nearly 3 years. He averaged close to 17 points, 12.5 rebounds in his 1 season in Charlotte. But the trade will end up saving the Hornets more than $7 million in cap space next season. So, the draft tomorrow night, NBA offseason's here. It's in full swing. We're going to start hearing all these names being thrown around. It'll be interesting to see
a
what
lot
happens.
of big names, too, might be moving.
Yes.
I wonder if he'll get traded again from Brooklyn.
Quite the possibility. You never know what'll happen.
We shall see.